Team of the Year is quickly approaching, and in this video, I'm going to break down the potential cost as well as the best ways to prepare for the Team of the Year event. Again, nothing is set in stone, and things could be quite different than in the years past, but for this video's purposes, we're going to base things off of the last 2 years.
I'm never going to financially recover from this.
If you enjoy the video, give it a like and subscribe. It really helped me out. Let's get into it. Now, to catch anyone up that maybe isn't aware of what Team of the Year is, let's head back to NHL 23. The lights are back on. Essentially, Team of the Year cards are the players that represent the best statistical performance over the last calendar year. From January 1st, 2023 to December 31st, these are the players that had the best run. 3 forwards, 2 defensemen, and a goaltender. Now, in terms of the cards, they normally come with 3 synergy slots that are completely customizable and interchangeable. And in last year's game, they gave +3 to that synergy. If team builders are any indication, they're more than likely going to operate the same way. They also have the most and the best superstar and zone ability that we have in game. But the biggest function of the Team of the Year cards is that every time they receive an upgrade, let's say Austin Matthews, there is a new 93 Team of the Week Austin Matthews. Your Team of the Year Austin Matthews would jump up to 93 automatically. There is no cost. This is what makes them so much better than X Factors and other Master Set players because there is no fee to continue the upgrade. In theory, you're essentially getting 99 overall cards by the end of the year because they'll just receive upgrades throughout and you never have to worry about the cost. Now, let's talk about that cost because they are going to be extremely expensive. Last year, it would cost you 40 Team of the Year collectibles to make one of the Team of the Year players. Now, these collectibles operate a lot like the fantasy hockey collectibles, where they are weighted much differently than a traditional event. They are going to be very expensive, and it is everyone's question in terms of how much do I really need if I want to guarantee myself 1, 2, maybe even all of the Team of the Year cards, and that is what we are going to break down. But on top of that, there is usually discounts where you can trade in a Team of the Year player's maxed out X Factor. Depending on the rating they are, they will be adjusted to be at a much more discounted cost, which is why throughout the year, I've always kind of said that McDavid's X Factor, while being one of the best cards in the game, will also offer you a pretty massive discount when it comes to his Team of the Year card. It's also another reason why X Factors this year aren't nearly as impactful as the years prior, because it just doesn't seem like a lot of the Team of the Year candidates have X Factor cards. Again, there's no guarantee on who gets picked or how it's going to operate, but if you do the math, you can sort of tell who is at least in the running. So now let's break down the tradable amounts. And again, last year, due to progression, there were 89 plus overall cards available to be traded in. And as you can see, you would get 3 Team of the Year collectibles here. But obviously, that isn't going to be the same case because progression is much slower in NHL 24, and 89s are more than likely not going to be available for trading. My honest guess is that 87s will be available, but there's no guarantee, so I don't want you to go out and buy a ton of 87s, but I would be pretty surprised if we are not allowed to trade in 87 overall players for this single event. So here comes the math. If we go back to the fantasy hockey event at the beginning of the year, you can see that it required you to get 36 fantasy hockey collectibles per Master Set player. And again, these sets were weighted far differently than all of the normal events that have happened throughout the year. There was a much higher cost in terms of the amount of overalls that you had to trade in to get one of the fantasy hockey collectibles. So for the purpose of this video, it is a firm belief of mine that it is going to cost you roughly the same in terms of what the collectibles cost to get a Team of the Year player, because the fantasy hockey event operates under the assumption that these cards are 99 overall, so EA prices them accordingly. Now, given the math that is going to be required here, I am simply going to give you the mathematical equation so that you fully understand, and that when you want to go use your coin to buy cards to prepare for the event, you can at least then do the math yourself and figure out what at that time is the best price per card. So, as it stands right now, and this is the values of this current video, you are looking to get a Team of the Year player for roughly 720,000 coins in value. This could change, but at the time of this video, that is what it looks like it is going to cost you to get a Team of the Year card. In terms of 86 overalls, we'll start up top. It will require 27 if trade-ins are the same, and 2786 overall players at 27,000 coins, what they're currently going for, would run you 729,000 coins in total. On to 85s. It'll require you to have 60 85 overall cards at 12,000 per card, which equals out to 720,000 coins in value if you were to make a Team of the Year card. It'll run you 90 84 overall player items at 8,000 per 84, again totaling 720,000 coins. For 83s, it'll cost you 180 total 83 overall cards at 4,000 per, which is 720,000 coins. One that was surprising to me, because usually anything under 83 is never of value to you, but 540, which is just a staggering amount, 82 overall cards at 1,400 coins per, would mean you would get a Team of the Year card for 756,000 coins, which is obviously a little bit more expensive, but still pretty stunning that it's close. Now again, as we get closer to the Team of the Year event, which is usually the first week of January, you have to understand that these prices are going to probably go up. The player base is smarter. This is now like the 5th year of Team of the Year, so veterans now know how it works, and which is why I want to make this video to help out maybe some players that are newer so that you understand as well. So again, if you are going to invest in cards, take a look when you are going to buy cards from the auction house. Go and look at the values of 82s, 83s, 84s, 85s, and 86s times that cost by the amount of collectibles that it would run you to make a Team of the Year card, and you will find out which ones are currently more expensive. These are all going to go up and down and fluctuate. Some days 85s will cost way more than 83s will, and vice versa. Remember that the best time to buy set fodder and card fodder is Wednesday and Thursday nights, because that is when everyone receives Hut Champs as well as Rivals rewards. Friday nights as well, because the whales will go out whenever there's a new event and just drop a ton of money on packs. But Saturday night and onward up to Wednesday is a brutal time to buy. There are no free packs being opened during that time, so I would just wait till the following week. When it comes to rewards, Rivals rewards is pretty tough, because if you take tradable, you are just getting such a lower value in total amount of cards than you would if you take untradable. That said, if you pull anything under 82, as you've just seen here, it's really not going to be of value at all. So you've really got to pull some higher overall cards. I would still probably take the untradable route for Rivals. Everything else, I am trying to sell all of my gold non-NHLer. Even my gold NHLers, I'm immediately trying to sell, unless you are working towards team builders right now and you're close. I would sell for whatever those cards are going for and invest in as many 86, 85, 84, 83, and 82 overall cards that you can to prepare for Team of the Year. And again, this is if you want to take part in this event. It's not a necessity, and something that I've talked about throughout the year is the one thing I dislike about Team of the Year is if you get a bunch of the cards, they're locked in your lineup. So that means you're not changing around your lineup throughout the year, but I just wanted to make that clear. When it comes to my Team of the Year predictions, I'll have a video out next week that'll break down why I think certain cards will receive a Team of the Year and why they won't. This year is extremely wide open. In years past, it's been pretty easy to get 4 of the 6. This year, I think it's going to be a little bit more difficult. So I hope this helps explain what to do for Team of the Year and how to prepare. The last thing I want to mention, going into Team of the Year, a lot of people will ask me, would you rather have cards or coins? There is no point, if you are trying to get as many Team of the Year cards as you can, to have coins, unless you want to buy one tradable. But in my opinion, that's pointless, because you're going to have these cards the whole year. They will still give out charity cards where a card will receive a random like 95 and it will still go up. It is not like the fantasy hockey event where if they get hurt or they underperform, you're kind of just out in the open there with your investment. You want to spend your coins in cards to prepare for the event. Once Team of the Year drops, good luck buying any of these cards. So alternatively, if you want to prepare and you're not going to buy a Team of the Year card, you could buy as many of these now and flip them for a couple thousand more when during the Team of the Year event. If you have any questions, be sure to tune into my Twitch streams, 2 p.m. Eastern time, twitch.tv/nosleeps12. I'll be happy to answer your questions there. See you next time. Have a good one.